Alright, back to writing. My colorist is going to fix up those couple of things in the pages, and then we send that off to our letterer, which is exciting. Alright, and since I have closed YouTube streaming, let me just make sure that Twitch is broadcasting the way that it should. Yes, it is. Good, good, good. Oh. Okay, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now where's that? Let's get that. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right, cool. Sorry, I'm back at it again. All right, let's go. More writing to do. Now, just a reminder for anyone that might be just joining us. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna end this live. And start a new one. All right, let's see if that fixes it. Hi, Gen 2.0. How's it going? All right. They want me to lower my background music a bit. All right, let's try that. How's that? Hi, I'm Murdoch. How's it going? Hi, Jess. Hi, Ridded. Hi, Quars Q. Hi, UV. Hi, Serena. Hi, Carlos. Hi, Mooney. Hi, Aaliyah. Hi, N. Hi, Max Powell. Hi, Chelsea. Hi, Jord. How's it going? Hi, Stephen. Hi, Iggy. Hi, Aaliyah Jade. Hi, Frud. Hi, Nissa. Hi, Karen Gosling. Hi, Leo. Hi, So-Called Trash. Hi, Francis. Oh. Hi, Bella. Hi, Bilal Hosik. Hi, it's Nate. How's it going? Hi, David O'Toole. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Green. Hi, Sunny. Hi, R. Billy's version. Hey, thanks for liking the live. Appreciate it. If everyone wants to give the live a little share so I can get a few more folks in here chatting, that'd be great, honestly. We're doing a bit of writing right now, but for the last half an hour of the stream, we're going to be drawing a sketch card based off the suggestions that... Thanks for liking the live, Harry. Based off the suggestions that you folks give me in the comments of my sketch card video from Monday. Hi, Seeker. How's it going? Hi, Andrew Purcell. Hi, Slayton. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working on the script for... Ooh, hang on. Excuse me. I'm working on a prequel script for my comic that's just about to come out. Snuffles the Indomitable, The Way of Fist and Paw. And this is the prequel of Snuffles before he became the hero of the ongoing series that'll be coming out. And so what I've done is... Hi, Harry. Hi, DJ Jai. Hi, Dexter Morgan. And so what I've done is I've written a little summary for each page, and then I'm breaking it down panel by panel as we go. Hi, Green Recruit. Hi, Charlie O. Hi, Christy. Hi, Kaylee. Hi, Mighty Edits. Hi, Karina. Hi, Mr. Boss. How's it going? Who's your favorite cartoon character, everyone? Hi, Celine. Excuse me. Goodness me. I gotta figure out how to set up TikTok like gift alerts and stuff. Hey folks, thanks for joining. So if you've got any questions about writing comics, please just drop them in the chat as I go. Hi, Kat. Hi, Big Man Cal. How's it going? Hi, Bonnie. If you got, hi, Ibrahim. Hi, Water Pocket. If you folks want to know anything about writing comments, drop your questions in the chat, and I'll answer them. Hi, Neptune. Hi, Tree. But also, tell me who your favorite cartoon character is. Bonus points if you tell me why they're your favorite cartoon character. Hi, Ken McCormick. Hi, HSV Jr. Hi, Black Boy. Hi, it's Hunter. Hi, Ari. Hi, Theo. So right now we are working on a prequel to the comic that this guy is from. Hi, Landon. Hi, MJ Mendes. Hi, Demetrius78. Hi, Nathan. Hi, Nick. Nikolai's left ass cheek. Hi, Haley. How's it going? Hi, Jake. Hi, Snapdragon. Hi, content creator. Help me out. Hi, Lux. Hi, Lucas Bucas. Hey, Lance. How's it going? Hi, Mitu. Hi, Lays. Hi, Dakota. Hi, Mouse. How's it going there? Welcome to another Wednesday writing hangout. Well, you can guarantee every Tuesday through Friday at 9 p.m. I'll be here. And if you ever want to double check what's happening on what days, I think you can see my live events from my profile. I try to make sure that I set them all up on a Monday for the following week, but I'm going to set them up for the next couple of weeks in advance. And you can sign up so that then you get notifications when I'm live, when the event is happening. So you want to see last night's card? Hi, Xavier. Hi, Luva. Hi, evil or good crazy mouse. Hi, curly whirly soph. Hi, Allie. Hi, potato. Hi, Chris. How's it going? So, for anyone that's just joining, I'm Sean Sunday. I'm a comic book creator. I write and draw comics. I also design stickers like this one and patches like this one. And this is a prototype that I'm in the middle of trimming at the moment, so ignore the messy edges. This one needs a bit of work before it's viable for sale. It costs a lot to make it in Australia, so I'd have to charge like $30 for this one to make it with the person that prototyped it for me. So I've got to work on simplifying it a bit more. And I draw sketch cards. This was last night's sketch card. And we'll be doing a sketch card at the end of the stream tonight. I've got some samples of this one coming tomorrow. I think tomorrow they'll be here. From a different supplier. And these, if they hit my store, should be $10 or $15. So a lot more affordable. And I'm aiming to get this one down to the same price point by simplifying it a bit. I don't really want to charge more than $15 for a small patch. If I'm charging $30, it's got to be a patch like this big. Hey, General Grievous, how's it going? So, I'm not sure if you were here last Wednesday, Lance. I think you were. We're working on pages for Snuffles Before the Beginning again, right now. And then I'll be rating the comments of that video from Monday for 2 names for the poll for tonight's sketch card. Hey, Los Polos Hermanos. Doesn't that translate to the Chicken Brothers? Hi, Riley56789. Hi, A. I missed a couple of names there, but hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Harry. How's it going? Hi, Naz. How's it going? Hi, Savvy. Hi, Za. Hi, Rain. Hi, Chai. How's it going? Hi, Xander. Oh, hey. Have you done the outline yet? That's rad. But yeah, have you done an outline yet? Hi, Jackson Small. Yeah. Yeah, so like I do basically essentially boils down to a dot point outline of a story before I actually write it, so that I hit the beats that I know I want to hit, and then I expand it based off that. That's kind of what I'm doing here. All this black text up here, that is a chunk of the outline for this story. Okay, rad. Well, I might have something that'll help you out. The name is weird, okay? The name is weird. Hi, Henry. But it's a really handy tool. I don't know why they call it this. It's a writer's thing, you know, like a prose writer's thing, not a comics writer's thing. But it's a really handy tool. It's called the Take Off Your Pants outline. Apparently, there's a few different types of outlining, and they've all got weird names, right? But that's probably the weirdest one, but it is actually my favorite outlining method. So if you look up, I think it's storyplanner.com, and find the Take Off Your Pants story outline, it asks you questions about your story, and by the time you finish it, you have a basic plot outline. And then you can take the chunks of that plot and start expanding it. And that's what I did to write the full plot line for the whole series of Snuffles the Indomitable years ago when I first started coming up with it. I need to redo it, you know, because I want to update it with my new writing skills and sensibilities. But it's really helpful. I'm just going to drop a link in the chat for anyone that wants to check that out that is a writer. There's a link to the form. So you just fill in that form and it'll give you an outline. It's really, really handy. You're right, it does. Yes. Okay, so yeah, just to refresh for everyone, because I've been using this this planner for years. My partner just pointed out to me that saying it that way makes it sound like it's AI shit. It is not. So it's basically like a Google form, and it'll just export a PDF of what you've typed at the end. It doesn't generate anything. It just asks you the questions, you fill out the questions in detail, and then you hit build my outline, and it will export what you've written in a printable format as a PDF. Yeah, we don't touch AI tools in Brainbee Studios house. AI tools stole my work, and I will never ever use them. It is above your message that says okay, Lance, and under your message that says wait, that's so smart. Hey, Yappa! Yeah, it's rough. I found no less than 7 pieces of my work in the LionB database that the AI chatbots use to generate their stuff. And that's only the ones that I could find. How's it going, Yappa? But no, the story planner, take off your pants outline thing is a really handy form. You just answer all those questions in good detail, and then you can save the here you go, here's the link again, Lance. And then you can save the PDF of what you've typed up. Maybe. Are you on Threads or Blue Sky, Lance? Thanks for liking the live, everyone. Okay, well, I'm gonna post... I'm gonna post a link on my Blue Sky. I think you can view it without an account. I don't think you have to log in to view it, but I could be wrong. But if you look for Brain Beast Studios Blue Sky, you should be able to find my account and find the post. I just posted the link. Hi Ash, how's it going? No worries. Thanks for saying hi. I'll see you next time. Hi, Kobe, bro. How's it going? I don't really want to make this a 6-panel page. But I don't think I can communicate what I'm communicating here in less than 6 panels. So I think what I might do is I might move this part to the next page. Hi, Gabba Gabba. Now, just a reminder for everyone that's also here is that I will be doing my my half-yearly subathon next month. The 28th of June at 7 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, we'll be doing our half-yearly subathon, and it's going to be a huge sketch card marathon where you can commission posted to you sketch cards for the cheapest price that you'll ever get them from me. And depending on what donation goals we hit and, you know, what amounts people donate and stuff like that, you know, we'll do some Gardic show and we'll do some, you know, might do some Jedi Survivor. I'll have some Bean Boozled things going on and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a really fun time. I always really enjoy the subathons. This will be a slightly different gimmick for this one, but it should be fun. And it's the subathons are always to raise money for my projects. Hi, Emily Taylor's version. So in this case, the subathon is to help raise money for the vending machine for my convention table booth. And what was the other thing? Hang on, I've got to remember now. There was another specific goal. Oh, it was probably to get the Wham stand. Hey, Ree, how's it going? Val, I think you might have missed last night. Here's last night's card. Hi, Soul Dry. Hi, Zipper. Okay, no dialogue here. That's alright. I'll be posting the time lapse later. I'm just gonna finish downloading. I've got a couple of nights worth of streams that I still have to download. Sometimes TikTok Live Studio is really tricky to cut the chunks in just the right size to get it to download smoothly. So I've still got a few from last week that I have to download so that I can get the time lapses scheduled up. Okay. Hi, Tay Slays. Hi, Melzing likes food. Hi, Flora Warney. Hi, Waiter 3. How's it going? Alright, I'm just going to get to the bottom of this page, and then I'm going to go and pick a couple of the character names from Monday's video about the sketch cards. I'll just add these SFX note parts. Hey, thanks for following, Colsey. Do you have a new suggestion? Alright, well I can't wait to see what they are in a minute. Hi Sky Chase, how's it going? Alright, that's another page down. So I only got a page and a half done tonight. But that's the same as last week, so that's still progress. Next week, I actually officially start full-time as Brain Bee Studios. So that means, yeah, exactly, it's still getting through it, but that means that I actually have a dedicated writing day because that's what on my schedule. But these past few weeks, I've been really, really busy, so I've been planning my schedule for when I start this small business program to be able to do that. So Wednesdays I'll actually be writing before stream and then on stream. But we're up to the next page that I'll be working on is page 8 out of 20. Now, this part is going to be tricky, actually. Let me see the comments. Okay, let me have a look and get ready to set the poll up. Okay. We're gonna do